Welcome to a little tomfoolery, Rob Little and Tommy Ryman. A podcast filled with laughs and gaffs, guffaws and haws, and maybe a picture of a dog. A little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery. A little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery. Fools!
Good morning, good day, and good evening. Welcome to a Little Tomfoolery with your host, comedian Rob Little. And as always, I'm with my best buddy, comedian Tommy Ryman. Hello, Tommy.
Hi, Rob. Good to be here.
Good.
Excited for another episode of A Little Tomfoolery.
If you don't know about us, we're two we're two headlining comedians that travel all across the country, and we decided to get together because we're good buddies and we want to do a little fun, goofy podcast for all of you to listen to. And that's what we are all about. We talk comedy, we give you guys a little fun, we play some fun games, and we learn a little bit along the way. And Tommy never laughs at myself, and I laugh at everything he says. So this is what the show is.
Still waiting for Rob to say one funny thing.
I am not the funny one. I'm the straight man, and Tommy is the hilarious one. And we're just happy to be on here for you guys. And we got a lot of good responses last week. Tommy, I put a note out saying, hey, we need to get our viewership on YouTube up so we can start monetizing that. And we gained another almost 50 more followers this week, which is
That's awesome. Yeah, we're closing in. Hopefully we'll hit 1,000 soon. But if you're not subscribed to our YouTube, get on there. You can see what we look like. We're really handsome.
This is true. And we are always adorable and waiting for you folks. But if you don't, you can download us on wherever you get your podcast. So we're very happy that you're even taking the time to listen to us. Tommy, how was your week, buddy?
My week was fun. It was Halloween. So I did a Halloween show as Jack Skellington. So I did stand-up comedy as the character of Jack Skellington, and there was a bunch of other a mummy did a set, and everybody was different like monsters and characters. So it was a lot of fun.
I saw the video, and you even kind of changed your voice. And there's the magnificent talent of Tommy and his impersonations.
Yeah, I did the Jack Skellington voice, so it was exciting. I really went all out.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. And then you took the mask off, and I was like, oh, it must have been getting too hot, huh?
Well, that's one of the problems being a guy that wears glasses and also wants to wear Halloween costumes. I have to wear my glasses with the mask on, and then they started to fog up. And then I wasn't sure if people could hear me well, even though it was loud and clear when I looked at the video later, just like that, because I thought that 1 millimeter of plastic would really and the microphone would have muffled my voices. But
can I just point out how I'm going to put the picture in here if anybody's watching this, but the picture of you and your wife Megan, holy smokes, did you say, hey, we need to keep that wig?
She dressed as Sally. Yeah, she looked cool in the red-haired wig.
It fit her well. I was like, whoa, who is that? She kind of looked like Jessica Rabbit.
Rob, careful.
I'm just letting you know. I would think as her husband, you would love that.
Yeah, it was fun.
She looked great.
She'll be bringing that back. But she doesn't want me to wear the skeleton mask.
No.
For some reason, she's not into that.
What about the fingers, though? Those looked like... What were you saying? Now, I was watching the video of you on stage, and you kept saying, what is that? What is it?
That's his line where he's like, what's this? What's this? There's Christmas everywhere. So I was pointing at things and being like, what is this? What is... Oh, it's a candle. I was just playing off of that.
That just proved that I guess I've never seen it. I knew the characters, but I didn't know that. But everybody was laughing, so that's why I was like, oh, was there a joke before that you set up? But
I was just referencing the film.
Nailed it.
But while all this was happening, I think I sent you the video. Megan and I got robbed.
What?
We had a candy thief. So we handed out candy from 6 to 7. So, and then my show was at 6:45. We had to leave the house. So we did the thing where you put a bowl out and you just hope, honor system, And we have a Ring camera too. So once people know they're under surveillance, they're usually pretty good. But about 9:45 at night, we caught this weirdo on video that just dumped both our bowls of candy into their basket and made off with it. So, but I caught them on a Ring camera, so I recorded the video.
I saw the video. It was weird
posted
because the kid looked like he was just, I couldn't tell if it was a boy or a girl.
I think it's a woman, and it looked like an older woman, and they literally had an escape car. Like there was a car waiting.
You thought it was
and
an
then they
older
just,
woman?
like-
It looked like a
yeah, I
little
couldn't
kid.
tell.
I would have said like 11 or maybe 11 or 12-year-old maybe.
No, you
Like-
should look at I emailed you the video. You should post it in here if you can edit
Okay,
it in. I
I will.
emailed it, but so that people can get a look. But
Yeah.
I was like, is that a crime if I put out free candy and then they just take all the candy? I don't, because there wasn't even a sign that just says take one. So I was like, I'm pretty sure that's all they can get away with it. But I was just glad
Yeah.
they did it late at night, so all the little kids had gotten their
Right.
candy. Like nobody missed out. But
I didn't realize it was late at night, but that just, it's, come on, that's a teaching exercise right there for parents. You take one or two maybe, but not the whole bowl.
yeah,
And
no,
you could
it
tell
was-
they were like scared to do it because they kept looking up at the camera.
They looked directly at the camera, and that's when they like went for it. Because I think they were waiting for me to be like, just one. Because I watched it happen live, and I guess I could have shouted at them, but I was just laughing. And
I
didn't
can't
want a
believe you
bunch of
didn't.
candy at my house. Well, I was in the middle of the show too, so then somebody was like, "What's happening?" And I was like, "Oh, guys, still, I gotta get home."
Yeah, as soon as just yell it right out. We're being robbed.
my butterfingers, my buddy fingers.
Now you said there
Butterfingers.
was 2 bowls. Did you guys both put out your favorite candies in each bowl or something?
No, we just had bought so much. We filled up the
Oh.
big bowl, and then I was like, "Well, let's put out the extra medium-sized bowl as well."
Cool.
But yeah, we had some good good variety. They made
Okay.
they really won when they stole all that.
When you did your set as Jack, did you write jokes as that character, or did you just kind of do your own act?
I did it all as his character. So it was Jack Skellington, like doing stand-up comedy. So I did like the what's this, and then talked about my dog Zero, the dead like
Oh,
ghost
right.
dog, and some other stuff.
Oh,
It was pretty
cool.
fun, but it wasn't very, you only did like 3-4 minutes, so you just kind of I was just kind of improvising, and then yeah, it was
Did
fun.
anybody just
What
like,
did you do?
Well, wait a minute. Did anybody
I
just
just-
crush it and like did like they dressed up as somebody and they had a bunch of great jokes about it?
I mean, I was the best.
Other
one.
than you, obviously.
But there was a kid that dressed up as Jeff Bezos, deaf, but he's Somalian, so he was Def Jam Bezos. So it was pretty funny what he did. And then everybody did good. There was like Frankenstein was really funny, and there was a girl that was Cat. She did good, but yeah,
That's cool. What a fun
Yeah.
idea, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
I was performing at the new Side Splitters at the Grove, which is in Wesley Chapel, Florida. It's just north of Tampa. And it's like their new sister club. And it's only been open 2 months. And this is why doing cruises is awesome sometimes. You open up a whole new fan base. And there was the very first show, Thursday night. This guy brought on from the cruise 70 people. 70.
7-0.
Yes.
Wow. How
And
did he must have started a big group. Was this how do you know 70 people?
Because they're a cruising group. They all go to cruise together. And
Oh,
they'd
got
seen
it.
me on one, and so they all came out for it. And then Saturday night, another cruising group, 35 people.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. I got a bonus for the week, everything. They were like, this is one of the best weeks we've ever had yet so far out of 2 months. But I mean, that was still nice to hear.
And the audience they still understood that they're on land. Did they try to do cruise stuff? Like they're like, what are the other activities? You're like, no, this was it. It's just stand up. Like, but there's other movie theaters.
There wasn't a buffet after nothing.
That's so cool though that you're drawing those fans.
Yeah, it was cool that there was that many in that area, you know?
Yeah.
And But it made good. So the comedy club asked me if I wanted to do a once a month show there called Rob Little and Friends or something, and just like get to go up and try stuff and bring people whoever I want. And I said, yeah, that'd be awesome. So I don't know when we'll start that, but that was kind of cool. I haven't had a club do that in a long time.
Very cool. How
And
cool. How far a drive is it for you to
about
go there?
hour 20.
Oh, that's not bad.
But
That
it's
would be fun.
technically the closest club to me now. There or Orlando is about a little over an hour too. So
Right. Cool.
yeah, that was really fun. One girl came dressed up over the whole weekend. I thought there'd be a lot of people dressed up, but and then what's that?
I always say stand-up comedy and Halloween though, nobody knows what to do. Some like they're confused. They don't know why if it's a Halloween thing, but
yeah,
unless it's like advertised, like come in your costume. I think some people aren't like, I'm just gonna not wander around. So just one girl was dressed up though. What was her costume?
it was nothing. Like she just kind of painted on like some cracks in her face. Actually, now that I think
Rob,
about
I
it,
think that was just an
80.
old lady.
Yeah, she was just 80.
Yeah, it was. You're like, ooh, a zombie. She's like, excuse me. Like, oh, sorry, never mind. I didn't realize.
Yeah. No, it was a young girl, and she I don't know, she was just trying to be like kind of like a zombie. Yeah, you're right. But she wrote me and said, should I dress up for this? And I was like, probably. There'll probably be more people. And she was the only one.
You told her, so that's why she just. Oh, that's funny.
And I worked with a couple really good comics. And then one night we had a guest comic come over because they double booked. And it was Paul Hooper.
Oh yeah, I love Paul Hooper.
Oh my God.
Bud.
I the last time I worked with him, it was long. He was nowhere near a headliner yet. And maybe if he wasn't, I was headlining, he was featuring. And that was back in the days when he was still like struggling with alcoholism.
Mm-hmm.
And he has been sober, I don't know how many years now. And I'm telling you, I have not seen a comic that I was be like crazy impressed with.
Oh yeah, Paul is amazing. I met him.
Believe it.
In New York, the second time I auditioned for The Last Comic Standing, but he's like super buff now too. But he's been sober since the whole time I've known him.
Yeah,
but he's so funny. He would always come to the joke joint, so I'm kind of bummed he doesn't come through Minneapolis.
I don't know how he's. I mean, it was very fun to watch him, and also kind of made me struggle a little bit after.
Oh,
yeah, but thankfully I had big groups there, so I mean, they were fun. It still was fun no matter what.
So he's literally just featuring for you?
He featured because they double booked him. He was supposed to be with Jay Moore at the other club,
gotcha.
But Jay Moore brought his own feature, so they're like, hey, we're gonna bump your MC, move the feature down, and bring Paul over. I was like, I didn't even know it was gonna be Paul. We didn't know who was coming, and then and I didn't even recognize him. He looked so different to me, so I didn't. But where's he live now? North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's in North Carolina.
But he's looking to move. He wants to move, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
but that was my weekend. I just I did all that. Yeah, it was fun. It was a really fun weekend. And then now I'm this. Yeah, well, and then I kind of was talking to you off camera about it, but I had some struggles. I got the county finally to come out and do the inspections on my stuff, my pergola and all that. And it was.
Wait, let me do the intro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a pergola update. This just in. Go ahead, Rob. What is the pergola update?
For new listeners, we spent the first 2 seasons on my pergola. But it's been a huge pain in the butt because I got turned in by a neighbor and all this. Anyways, it's cost me a lot of extra money. And the guy came out to do an inspection, literally looked at my pergola and goes, who turned you in? And I goes, one of our neighbors is not the best person. And he's like, there's always one. There's always one. He goes, it looks great. Yeah, it's too bad you even had to do this. And I was like, holy crap, where have you been? Like everybody else in the county is just, it makes it almost a nightmare to go through. But then one guy, there was a different inspector for that swale. It's hard to say that word and not sound like an idiot.
Swale, yeah.
Swale. Swell is easy. Oh, you're a swell fella. But swale is just a ditch that's not very deep.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
V-shaped. You want a wide U-shaped.
Very
it is so weird,
particular.
all that code and things like it. Yeah. Just dealing with all those permits and stuff.
I don't know what to do about it, but it is.
You're almost done. You're on the home stretch.
So close. So that's what I've been going on with, and just I don't know, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this next couple weeks. It's gonna be fun.
And you got your 2 lures in the mail.
I got. Oh yes, thank you. Oh, I actually got. Well, there was 3, but one of them I had already. I didn't even know I had it. It looked different in the picture, and then when I opened it up, I'm like, wait a minute, I have this one. So I can turn right back around and sell it on eBay.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm glad
fairly easy. But thank you for sending them, man. The 2 that I didn't have, I love them so much. It's like crazy.
So what is do you know your total of how many lures you own now? Do you keep a tally?
I think I'm around 70.
Whoa, that's awesome.
And really, there's only like 1 or 2 more that I would really like to find if I could. But I keep finding a lot of like these guys that make them that are just homemade ones, and they look amazing. So
it's
hard for me.
Get a custom Rob little one. Sorry.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. There's a guy that makes them in South Florida, and his are unbelievable, but he does only the half of it. Like he makes it so it can be mounted on a wall, not hung.
Okay.
So it's like 3D on one side, but on the other side it's just flat. And I'm like, well, why can't you just put 2 of them together and then paint it? Because I don't know what he does, but they look really legitimate. They're super good, but he just makes them for walls. And he said it was too hard to put them together. I'm like, come on, whatever. But
all right, he'll learn eventually someday.
If he wants Rob Little to buy one, he's gonna. Yeah, man. So thank you for doing that, man. I really appreciate it.
I got a cool thing that I bought for myself. Can I tell you about that?
Yeah, please.
I got the Lego Home Alone house came out. So I got up early. I had to wake up at 7 a.m. I got in line at 8 a.m. and the store didn't open till 11. And it was just me and a bunch of other guys in our mid 30s to 40s. Yeah.
Because little kids wouldn't even know, it's being released today.
Yeah, or they're at school and they probably don't. It was like a $250 set, so I don't think little kids are buying that. But it's so rad, and it's got like the Marv and Harry, and he's got like the iron. Remember, he gets hit in the face with an iron. I was just gonna say, the minifigure has like
is the paint can on a rope
iron. Yeah, but there's like the spider and all the different booby traps and stuff.
Wow,
so I haven't built yet, but that's gonna be a cool Christmas display to have in our living room.
Wow,
it's really big.
That is cool. Excited. We both are just little geeks on what we love.
Exactly. But my mom came and waited with me too, because I was like, yeah, I'm bored if you want to meet me at the mall, because we were gonna get breakfast. So I was just a 38-year-old buying in line by myself, and my mom was there. I just kept telling people like, I don't live in her basement. She's just hanging out.
Did they think you were autistic or something?
No, but I thought about like being really new, like, why didn't you bring my donuts? Like, just like, whoa, this dude. But we just like chatted and then went and got coffee after. Like, she came the last hour. And was like, Tommy, this is boring. And I was like, yep.
Do you think she's standing there going, I could have a son that's watching football right now?
No,
or something goofy. I don't know. I know she's proud of you. I'm just teasing you.
She's like, you're so successful buying those real expensive Lego sets. You've really made it as a comedian.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of guys that are, I'm trying to think, like all the comic book guys and stuff too. I mean, those are all things we loved as kids. Let's do Fool News.
All right, Fool Nation News coming at you. This is a funny story I found out, and it's your home state, Rob, because you were like, just look up stuff that happened in Florida. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. So I'll preface this to see if I can get anything out of you. Do you go through drive-throughs a lot? Do you eat fast food?
Well, I mean, my body would say yes.
And do you have a favorite fast food restaurant you like?
I don't really have favorites. I just have what's convenient.
Now, have you ever gone to a fast food restaurant and then something went wrong?
Yeah, like every time. Every single time.
So, yeah. And then do you ever retaliate or come yell at them if something went wrong, or go back in line, or do you just deal with it? You're like, all right, I guess you don't get my barbecue sauce.
The only thing, if they forget a food item, I will come back around. But if it's like barbecue, so I just keep going and just
got it.
Grape. Why? What happened?
Well, this gentleman, his name was Joshua James, and he was arrested for tossing a 3.5-foot alligator into a Wendy's drive-thru in Jupiter, Florida. The resident pulled up to the drive-thru, received a drink from the employee, and then threw a reptile into the restaurant. So don't do that. He was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, because an alligator is considered a deadly weapon.
Well, what was the reason?
It was actually just like a prank, or he was crazy. I think he has some mental problems. I'm hoping, but
definitely foolish. So yeah.
Because they didn't even screw up his order yet. He was just like, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So maybe at a previous time he didn't get the correct Frosty or something. But can you imagine being that employee and just being like, here's your soda, and okay, there's an alligator down where I work.
Don't forget my gator bites.
It's just like, can you fry this guy up for me back there?
Wow.
So that is the fool news on that guy. I think James is a definite uncool fool.
Yeah.
Throwing alligators into fast
Not
food
cool,
restaurants.
James.
Yeah. So now they're going to have to put up bars so you can't fit animals through the window.
Oh, you know what? It just takes one guy to screw everything up. That's why we got to take our shoes off at the airport now. There's one dude.
Yep.
Put a bomb in his shoes.
Yeah, that was the big
Fool
story.
News. Awesome.
Fool news.
All right, we'll just jump from there to Fools in History. Which reminds me of, like, what was it? Pigs in Outer Space.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like that. Okay, this week in history, in 1988, the very first ever internet worm was created, and it slowed down everybody's computer if you got it. And it was one kid that did it, and his name was Robert Tappan Morris, and he was he wasn't a kid, he was a Cornell graduate.
Oh.
But his dad worked he was the head of security at NASA.
Whoa.
So he released this because what he was trying to do was count all the computers on the internet. And this was back in 88. I mean, I didn't get on the internet until 93 or 4, whatever, when I had a co-op job through college. So there probably wasn't that many out. It was probably definitely countable back then.
Yeah. Crazy.
But yeah, that's foolish right there, man.
When you say computer worm, do you mean like virus?
Yeah, basically a virus.
They called it a worm.
They called it a worm back then because it would, like, basically snake through everybody's computer. But I guess it could have been an internet snake too. But yeah, because the worm's not supposed to do much, but it ended up really slowing everybody's down. Because as soon as it hit a computer, it would copy itself and go to another computer and just keep copying.
Oh, wow.
But sometimes it was copying itself after it already found a computer. It would redo it. So it was just stupid. He didn't get much though. He had to do 400 hours of community service, pay a little over 10 grand, and 3 years probation.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if they even know what to charge with him yet, because there was no like hacking or stuff didn't really exist to like.
Yeah, and he wasn't really stealing anybody's information or anything. He was just counting them.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely a fool in history. Here's another fool. This week in 1988, same year, Dan is actually same day too, November 2nd. While he was campaigning for U.S. Vice President, Dan Quayle was asked how his living arrangements would change if he was elected. Now, do you know where the vice president lives? Because he gets a place too.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's not in the White House. It's like
No.
it's away. I can't remember what it's called, but it's
Number
just a nice
one
house.
Observatory Circle.
Okay.
It used to be it's on the grounds of a U.S. Naval Observatory in Washington, D.C. And it was built in 1893. So if you're in politics, you should 100% know that. You know what what good old Dan said to Mr. Spell a Potato?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Well, he said, well, it would sure be different to live in that White House.
Oh, no. He thought
he was going to live he thought it was going to be like a big pajama party with
It's like, I go talk to my buddy Bush. And he's down the hall.
Right.
No, Dan, you're a couple miles that way. Like, oh,
the
okay.
wives can make us PB&J and we can sit and talk politics.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the White House is big. I don't know why they can't both live there, but I
because
guess
if somebody blew up the White House and the president's dead, that's the vice president supposed to take over. They can never be in the same place. Yeah.
I guess they got to keep them separated. But now the office is they do have offices in the White House.
Sure, but they gotta go work
I don't
together.
think they did. Yeah.
They can't sleep together.
Got it. It's no
slumber
party.
Oh, Dan Quayle, definitely on the fool radar there. And then this, not necessarily, I just had to add it because it blew my mind. This week in 1929, a Ripley's Believe It or Not cartoon points out that America doesn't have a national anthem. So the public outcry led to the adoption in 1931, Francis Scott Key's The Star-Spangled Banner. But did you know it was sung to a tune of an English drinking song?
Oh, no way.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So I looked it up. I don't know. I could play it real quick I don't know if we can hear it, but
Anacreon in hand, where he sat in full glee, a few sons of harmony sent a petition that he their inspirer and patron would be. When his answer arrived from the jolly old Grecian, voice, fiddle, and flute no longer be mute. I'll lend you my name and inspire you to boot. And besides, I'll instruct you like me to entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus' vine. And besides, I'll instruct you like me to entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus' vine.
Oh, my, that sounds just like the national anthem. That's crazy. That's hilarious.
So our national anthem is technically a drinking song. we parodied a drinking song. I don't know. Would that be considered a parody, or was that? I guess no. We sampled it. Is that what you'd say?
Yeah, I guess sample or because parody. We just made a real serious parody of a fun drinking song. Go like, no, we're gonna make.
I thought that was kind of funny, man.
Yeah, that is really interesting.
Those fools just took a drinking song. And then just real quick, fools' birthdays: Dennis Miller, Roseanne Barr, and Kathy Griffin all have birthdays this week.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to them.
Yeah. So that's fools in history.
Fools in history. Well, another holiday. So we're done with Halloween. There's another. Do you know what's the next holiday that's coming up? There's actually two of my favorites are coming up.
Well, definitely Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's one of them.
And Christmas.
That's the later one, but there's actually one before Thanksgiving even.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's daylight savings, Rob. It's happy
That's
daylight
a
savings
holiday?
is next. That's my holiday. You get to travel through time. I have a bit about it on my first album about how cool it is to be able to travel in time. So we're gonna go back 1 hour this coming week or weekend, I think, on the 8th.
So did you ever hear my joke about that?
No.
Well, it's because I've only tried it a couple times, but basically what it was you know how we go back an hour and then it gets darker earlier. That's the whole reason why I don't want to go back in time. Can you imagine how dark it is? You'd never see the dinosaurs.
Rob, that's a very Rob.
You laughed.
Really
I'm
funny.
taking
I
it.
did. See, I liked it.
No, it's not similar. Is it? What is yours? I can't remember what yours
Mine was like, I like it because I can travel through time. Like last day at Siemens, I was like, we totally saved that girl's life. So I ran to a Subway sandwich, like burst in, and I was like, I'm from the future, don't eat that sandwich. And she was like, what? Like, what's going on? And I go, just to prove it, like my friend in a yellow shirt's gonna be coming through here. And then my friend walks in, she's like, wow, you did save my life. And then we make out, and then she goes, people from the future make out weird.
Oh, I remember you doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably did that when I first started working with you, because that was in my old album. So that was adorable. Amazing daylight saving. So I'm excited for that. But yes, Thanksgiving is the next one. Right. And I'm excited because we're gonna host Thanksgiving, and I've been watching YouTube videos about how to cook turkey, and the Stump Rob that I have is Thanksgiving trivia.
Oh, you man, do that? You killed me with Halloween. We've stumped me with Halloween. Let's do Thanksgiving.
You'll know some of these.
Awesome.
And then obviously you'll figure them all with the way when I ever give you multiple choices, you'll just look at my face or whatever detective work you do to actually solve.
I can read you. All right. So this is Stump Rob.
Another episode of Stump Rob.
Yes.
All right. Thanksgiving trivia. These are fun though. I learned a lot when I was going through these. So first question, Rob. How long was the first Thanksgiving celebration?
Like days, weeks, minutes, stuff like that?
Yeah. Was it 1 day, 3 days, or 5 days?
Wow. So was it a work week, a weekend, or just a day?
Oh man.
Oh, there's my
phone a friend.
I'm gonna say 3 days.
You're correct, Rob.
Yay!
Nice job. It
awesome.
3 days. They ate nonstop for 3 days. Everyone was really tired.
Yeah. Then they slept for 5.
This is a fun one. Do you know who the first president to pardon a turkey was?
Yes, I do know. I remember reading this somewhere. It was like Truman or somebody like that. So, can you give me multiple choice? You didn't write down multiple choice, did you?
I mean, I could, but it'll give it away. So
I'm gonna say it's like Truman or who else was in that era? It was somebody. It wasn't a recent, right? It's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna say Truman because I keep thinking it's Truman.
That one's false. But here, let me give you a multiple choice. Was it Jimmy Carter? Was it Nixon? Was it John F. Kennedy? Or was it Eisenhower?
Eisenhower.
John F. Kennedy. Oh. You have been officially stumped.
God, I didn't think he was in office long enough to do that.
Yeah, no. Well, he had a full term.
Man, was he holding a turkey when that happened? Maybe they were.
Oh no.
Is that too soon?
That was dark.
I apologize.
This you'll never get, but this is actually just an interesting fact.
So I'm 1 for 2 right now.
Yeah. But how much did the world's most expensive Thanksgiving dinner on record cost? I'll give you a multiple choice. Okay. Was it $50,000? Was it $75,000? Was it $100,000? Or was it $150,000 for the most expensive Thanksgiving?
I'll do the third one. 75? Is that what it was?
50, 75, 100, and then 150.
I'll do 75 is what I'll say.
It was $150,000
Wow.
at New York City's Old Homestead Steakhouse, which is
Holy
crazy.
crap. Is
It
that a
doesn't say like how
steakhouse?
many people were there.
Or who it was for?
Yeah. So, but
Wow.
anyways,
150
I'm not
grand.
going to count that one. That's a weird question.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
If I got it right, I'd been like, we can count it.
Okay. Should we do another?
One
Here's
for
another
two.
Another president question. Which president made Thanksgiving a permanent national holiday?
God, I remember reading this too. So it was JFK that pardoned a turkey. Somebody made it a national holiday way before JFK, I would think.
Yep. But he's a very famous president. He is on money.
So it had to
helps.
be either Lincoln, Jackson, Washington, Grant. One of them.
It is one of them.
I guess I'll go with Lincoln.
Yes, you got
All
it.
right.
Good work. Good deduction.
2 for 3. I'll take it.
Okay, so you need one more to win.
Yes. Or one more to lose too. But
you might know this.
Okay.
What do you know? Which Native American tribe celebrated the first Thanksgiving with the Pilgrims?
Well, everybody would like to say Cherokee, but I know that can't be right because it was on the East Coast, and most of the East Coast Indians were like Iroquois or.
Do you want me to tell you what letter it starts with?
Sure.
A W.
I still. Can you just spell it for me?
Yeah. Let me give you a real good hint.
Was it in a
W
wigwam?
WAMPANOAG.
Wampanoag. That's what it
Wampanoag. Is that how you
Yeah.
pronounce it?
Yeah. I wouldn't have got that one.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Well,
No.
that one didn't count anyway, so that was a real official question.
These are tough. It's
I
nothing
know.
like what's the thing that makes you sleepy after eating turkey?
I know.
Your
Okay.
grandpa's stories.
Here's a fun one, and then it's gonna lead into the last question. So
Okay.
how many have you gotten right? 2?
I'm 2 for 3.
Yeah, I think still haven't stepped you. But do Americans prefer apple pie or pumpkin pie?
Well, I would, since it's a Thanksgiving one, you would think to deduce that it would be pumpkin, but I bet apple pie is the winner.
Apple pie is the winner because they must be
Yes.
saying just in general pie.
Right.
But now here's a pumpkin pie question.
Great.
About how many pumpkin pies are consumed every Thanksgiving? I'm going to give you a multiple choice.
Okay.
Is it 35 million? Is it 50 million? Or is it 75 million pumpkin pies?
Well, I would like to say 75 because that's like a low number compared to how many people are in the world. But do other countries eat pumpkin pie? Is that really?
Well, on Thanksgiving is only an American holiday, just so you know.
That is true.
I think I might have stumped you again.
What am I thinking, Robbie? Come on.
But there technically is a Thanksgiving in Canada, but that's celebrated in October.
Yeah. Let's go with 50 million.
You are correct. Nice job. You were not stumped. I feel like I kind of stumped you, but we really guided you through there.
I would definitely say stumped, but the questions were like, we started Stump Rob with the children's edition, and now we're in we're definitely above collegiate. Those were really difficult ones. But
they were interesting though, just about like the presidents and then how much pie we eat. And I wanted to learn more about this expensive Thanksgiving dinner because that's crazy. That it was $150,000.
Wow, that was crazy.
I feel like if I got that bill, I'd be like, when I make Thanksgiving, like it's not this. I'm not sure what you put in that stuffing. Maybe just gold. But
have you my family's so little, we don't really have any this is gonna sound sad, but we don't really have fun Thanksgivings anymore. When I was little, we did because the like blended families would get together, but I mean that everybody broke off and does their own thing now. Most of the time, I'm usually with I think last few years I've gone to fans' houses.
Yeah,
I'll be on the-
Friendsgiving. Those
Yeah.
are just as good. But
Yeah.
yeah, what does your mom usually do?
Well, we're not together usually on Thanksgiving because I'll be like having to go on the road somewhere. So normally we just her and Brady get together. She's got friends that she usually hangs with.
Gotcha. All right.
So
Excellent.
Thanksgiving is never that great for me, to be honest.
Well, now that you got the house, eventually you should plan a big host to Thanksgiving.
This year, I think I'm going down to some friends because I'm playing a club down by Naples.
Yeah, that's also
So-
tough for us because usually we'll do a club that'll give us Thanksgiving off. Like,
Yeah.
fortunately, I always used to get booked Acme, so I would fly home for it when I was in LA. And
Yeah. So are you doing that for this year?
yeah,
you
I'm
do-
at Acme, but
Okay.
we get Thursday off, and then we're hosting.
Well,
so
I'm
I've
get
got-
Thursday off too, but still. All right.
But
Well,
you're
there was
welcome to come here. But it sounds like you already got plans. So
Yeah,
it's
I
fine.
mean, it's plans, but it's nothing where I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so cannot wait for that. You know,
Yeah.
it's
But
just gonna be okay. There was something I was gonna tell you, and now I forgot when we started the Thanksgiving thing. Oh, I know what it was. So when I wanted to like say what was your favorite Thanksgiving is what I was gonna ask you. That's why I was already too far in my head when I was started saying I haven't had a really fun one in a long time. But the one that I can remember that to me was probably my favorite one I ever got to be a part of was I worked for my first job out of college. I was working for General Motors, and they asked if they could get any volunteers to hold one of the balloons in the Detroit Thanksgiving parade. So I got to do it, and I cannot remember who our character was. I want to say it was like Mighty Mouse or something like that. But I was like the leader for it.
Whoa.
So I got to be the leader. So I would make our whole group, like when the parade would stop for like a band to play, we would stop and I'd make our whole group run in a circle. So we would spin our balloon.
Oh, cool.
No, I've never seen anybody do that before.
Yeah, that's pretty. I thought it'd be funny if you just let them off into a different direction. Like you just
Go through a drive-through with them.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse he has gone off the path. He is now at Rob Little's house.
That was so fun, and I mean everybody was super fun doing it, and we had to be there at the butt crack of dawn just to get started, and I just remember, God, I wish I could do that every year. So those people you see doing it like in the Macy's Day Parade and stuff, I would assume they're having a blast because as long as it's not a super windy day,
Yeah.
Have you ever done something like that?
Never like that. My favorite Thanksgivings, because my parents were separated, so like I always had to have 2 Thanksgivings, which was fun because I would go on my dad's side in the afternoon, and then we would go over to my aunt's in the evening, and I'd see all my cousins, which was the best part. But one of my favorites was when I got to finally host it and just had like my dad, stepmom, I only had to go to one Thanksgiving. I was like, this is kind of nice. So,
Did your mom and dad both come?
yeah, they always like
They don't
for
fight.
that stuff. Now it doesn't. Yeah, they get along. So, but it was and then usually I would go stop by my Aunt Mary's after and say hey, but just not eat a second turkey, or sometimes I'd eat more turkey. But
yeah.
But yeah, just seeing all my cousins, and like one of my cousins is in the military and one moved to Texas. So there's certain times a year when everybody's in town, like because they all switch around holidays. So it's always fun when just everybody's together. But
I would love to do it here, but any of my like fun cousins are like so far away.
yeah,
Like I have some fun ones in Ohio and I got some fun ones in Nevada, but they're opposite sides of families,
yeah,
That would be so fun to get them to all come here, but that would.
And then you just get
happen.
that Mighty Mouse thing up.
Oh, speaking of that, did I already mention this? All the blow up things I got for my yard for Christmas.
Oh, maybe you did briefly, but I don't think I don't remember
Now
you
that-
officially talking about.
Okay, so I didn't get to decorate last year because I basically just moved in and finished my house right around Christmas time. So this year, I mean, my birthday's Christmas Eve. I love Christmas. I love decorating for it. I had an awesome tree last year, but I didn't have anything on the outside. Well, I found several like those blow up ones you can put on your yard. And
Yeah.
I found several fishing ones. Like
nice.
I actually, that Billy the Bass that's on a
Yeah.
plaque that sings. They made a blow up one that sings.
Whoa, that
So I
sounds
found
amazing.
that. Oh my God, there's so many of them. So I'm going to be that neighbor that has them all over. But I'd like to be able to put some up on my roof. And I said, how do you attach them up there? And somebody said, you just nail it to your roof. And I'm like, oh, I don't like that idea. And they go, well, there's 100 million nails up there already with your shingles and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess there is. Because there's plywood and stuff. It ain't like you're popping your roof.
Yeah.
So I guess I never really thought of it, So I might try to put some up on my roof because I got a lot, probably like at least 10 of them, probably.
That would be fun. Yeah, you'll have to take a picture of once your house is all decorated for Christmas.
Well, what do you got coming up this week, buddy?
Well, I'm flying out. I'm doing a big showcase conference in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, on Monday, and then the following weekend, the 12th and 13th, I'm at Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase. So nothing this weekend because I'm in California with Megan.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're both going to be in Michigan because
I know you're only going to be an hour and a half away.
I know it. So, okay. So tonight, what am I doing? I am doing one of my neighbors hooked me up with a club here in Leesburg where I live. It's called the Noreaster Club.
Oh, cool.
Do you know what a nor'easter is?
It's a storm.
But it's a specific kind of storm.
Winter storm, right?
Well, I looked it up and it's a cyclone storm.
Oh, okay.
That is between North Carolina and Massachusetts.
Yeah, because New York is always like, we got another nor'easter, and that's when they get a bunch of snow because it just like cyclones over the landmass.
Yeah.
Right.
So what is a Noreaster Club? That's my question.
I'm not sure.
I know it.
Was it opened by somebody from that area or something?
I guess. I don't know. I'll find out tonight, but I know they're doing a big like celebration to the veterans. So
oh, cool.
Yeah, so we got that. I got that tonight, and then I fly tomorrow morning to Detroit, and I'm going up to Waterford Township to play One Night Stands, STANS. And that's a newer club. It's been there maybe a couple of years now, but it's run by a local headliner, Mike Green. And this club is kicking butt, man. I don't know if you've played it yet, but it's not far from Ann Arbor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Mike from Michigan. Mike Green. Yep. He's been around forever.
Yeah, so he was like
got his own club.
Yep,
that's awesome.
He doesn't own it, but he runs it. So
got it. I should reach out to him.
Yeah, I'll throw your name to him too. But he is just he's like us on stage. He's very positive, just a great guy. But I'm excited to be back and get to see him. I said, be ready. I got a big hug waiting for you, buddy. And so I'll get to see a bunch of friends on this weekend because it's a lot of my fraternity brothers and stuff there. And
very
then
cool.
So that's Thursday through Saturday, and then Sunday I'm playing Coco Cabanas in West Branch, Michigan. So this is like a 2.5 week tour through Michigan.
Yeah, fun.
Almost every night I got shows too, so it's gonna be awesome. That Coco Cabanas, I don't know if you've ever played that one with me or not, but I've never had a better grinder in my life. Their food is amazing.
Oh, nice.
I damn near do the gig just for the grinder. It's like fun. It's like so big. It's bigger than a foot long, and it's 2 sides. It's humongous. It's so good.
So, we'll get to those shows and watch Rob eat a grinder.
I know, that's all I'm there for. So yeah, and then I got more shows, but we can talk about that next Castlex next week. And then my nephew's birthday's next week too. So
Well, this has been another episode of Little Tom Foolery. I want to thank you so much for listening and watching wherever you get your podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We really want to get to 1,000 subscribers. Would be amazing. So if you do watch it on YouTube, also go ahead and like share it on your social media pages. And let people know. Hit that bell and subscribe button. And then also, if you want to become a Patreon member, we got a lot of good prizes. We have t-shirts coming too, and posters, so you can join that for a monthly fee as little as $1. You can go all up. There's different levels, but we appreciate you so much. And if you have any more questions, you can always visit littletomfoolery.com, and that's got all the information you need. But this has been another episode of A Little Tom Foolery. I'm Tommy Ryman. That's Rob Little. Bye, fools.
Bye, Fool Nation.
Bye.